Hello everyone. My name is Rushan Nerilakunta. Today I'm gonna walk you through my notebook where I have leveraged the capabilities of Google's generative AI to build a personal financial analyst. At first, I thought of extracting information from several companies' annual filings like 10Ks or 10Qs or any other reports and extract information from it, but it seems too far-fetched. And so I thought of building a simple RAG model with one company's 10K filing. So I thought of taking Apple's 10K filing from 2023 and build a simple RAG model and see how it goes. So interestingly, it went well. So let us dive into the project. So what we have covered in this notebook is, so we have covered structured output and control LLM response using few shot prompting. So we are used embeddings and stored in a vector database. We have built a simple RAG pipeline to answer user queries. So these are all the dependencies we we used in this project. So PyPDF2 for document understanding and ChromaDB for vector database and sentence transformers for text embeddings. And we used Google Generative AI for LLMs. Let's see, successfully installed everything. So we have to import a few libraries and we have to set up the Google Generative AI client. So uh, I love using Google Colab, so I'll use Colab for working on the projects. So I kept Google API in the secrets. So this is the main class, risk factor extractor. So what it does is it extracts the risk factor section from the Apple's 10K filing, so which is usually item 1A risk factors. So as we only want the risk factor section, we are using a regex capabilities to retrieve only specific parts of the document and save it as a text file. And same goes for extracting financial data. So it does have a simple difference between the risk factors. So it mainly extract information from item 8 of the 10K filing. So what item means we have balance sheets and profit, net income. So everything comes under item 8. So it extracts the info. It reads for first. It reads information from the PDF and it extracts content in the item 1.8 and it saves in the text format. So So these text files containing Apple 2023 financial filings and risk factors are now given to Gemini 1.5 Flash latest model. So with a few examples such that it will provide JSON-based data from the text. So these are all the JSON text I want, like from the financial data. I want the company. So year of the filing, the risk title, risk category, and severity of the risk, and the brief summary of the risk and the source text. So at first, I thought of using zero shot prompting without any examples. So it struggled to produce a proper JSON format. So later, I have used like three examples. I have given like three examples of these and prompted again, run it again. So it produced outputs for under certain extent, but it didn't take certain everything. So I have given like multiple examples. Later, it has given beautiful JSON formatting, JSON data, as you can see. So it's saved under Apple's financial data 2023.json. Same goes for the risk factors. So what we are doing now is we are converting these JSON data into text embeddings using sentence transformers, and later we are storing those embeddings in a vector database like Chroma. Just we are loading JSON data and we are formatting those data. Then we are converting into embeddings and we are storing in the Chroma database. So we can see that there are 74 documents in the Chroma database. So later we are defining the simple RAG prompt builder. So what it does is we are giving we are telling LLM that we want certain output data. It needs to be structured in a specific format. So for example, if a user queries like what was Apple's total assets as of 2023, the LLM response should be in this format, like type, metric, financial. So we are giving some examples to the LLM so that it can learn. So whenever user asks such type of questions, it needs to be generated in this format. So what when a user uh, asks particular question and it converts into text and embeddings. So when it converts into text embeddings, it also uses similarity search in the vector database. It also produces certain results, as you can see here. So the retrieve docs is equal to results documents of zero and retrieve just join relevant docs. So what it does is it also uses a similar search on vector database and it produces several documents. So whenever the user asks questions like what was total net sales, so it gives like a top five documents, and also this is a LLM response. What was total net sales? Yeah, it's perfectly giving financial data. So when a user asks like Apple's major risks, it gives like legal proceeding, intellectual property infringements. So these are the risks associated with the Apple, and it takes most popular one, and its severity is high. So it considers the LLM considers it as a major risk for the Apple. And so suppose you use Apple gross margin in 2023. So it took documents from financial data and as well as risk data, but it only produced gross margin. So the LLM is correctly responding to the user's query. So for the future work, first I have to evaluate LLM responses against gold standard queries and ground truth answers. So I have to create a certain database like for the question and the answers, and I have to evaluate using evaluate with LLM's responses. And I want to include multiple companies' filings and see how it responds. And we have to build a pipelines using agents autonomously to extract, embed, and update data. So now I have uploaded the Apple's 2023 filing, but later the agents has to uh, uh, extract the information directly. So, and I have to benchmark various LLMs on financial documents for understanding tax. So, thank you.